Like it's just lit. Like women's basketball, the game, how far it's come, the excitement, the attention. Maybe I'll start with you, Kels, because Lord Jesus, your team and their fans,
Jesus,
they be getting up in everybody's business.
It finally happened. Someone in the Indiana Fever locker room reached their breaking point. Kelsey Mitchell, one of the team's most respected and long-standing members, decided to call out the nonsense. The catalyst? Chine Ogwumike's latest comments, which were perceived as unwarranted jabs at Caitlin Clark. Mitchell's bold stand addresses the need for accountability and respect within the sports community, signaling that enough is enough when it comes to unwarranted criticism.
Chine she's a whole lot to take in. I mean, a little bit goes a long way. She's just really loud and really kind of obnoxious for lack of a better word. And I don't mean obnoxious like just people who are obnoxious and they're just insulting people all over the place and that kind of thing.
You know the type, starting with her signature sly sarcasm, making comments that seem like jokes but carry a sharper edge beneath the surface. This time, Kelsey Mitchell wasn't having it. She responded, and it wasn't just a tepid PR statement. It was fierce, bold, and deeply personal. Mitchell stood strong not just for Caitlin Clark, but for every player on the Fever's roster who has been pulled into this media circus, having their integrity unfairly questioned. Her response was a powerful reminder of the unity and strength within the team. Before we dive in, if you're a Caitlin Clark fan, drop a CC 100% in the comments below.
Lord Jesus, your team and their fans,
Jesus,
they be getting up in everybody's business.
Wait. I just noticed that. Your team and their fans, they be getting up in everybody's business. So not just the fans, but it's a dig on the team.
This wasn't merely a casual show of support. Kelsey came equipped with receipts, clarity, and undeniable passion. Her message resonated loudly. You don't disrespect Caitlin Clark, and you certainly don't disrespect the Indiana Fever family or their devoted fans. This moment is not just going viral, it's doing so for all the right reasons, highlighting the unity and strength within the Fever organization and defending the integrity of its players.
With you, Kelsey, and then going to B and NECA, how have you guys experienced? Is there like a moment that you think of when it comes to the explosion of the game and how it has changed the game?
It all began when Cha Ogum delivered one of her signature half-hearted zingers during a media segment. She threw out a line dripping with condescension. Lord Jesus, your team and their fans sure love to get into everyone else's business. This type of comment might seem lighthearted on the surface, but it was clearly designed to provoke Fever fans and, more pointedly, to diminish Caitlin Clark's significant impact in the league. It was a jab that didn't go unnoticed, igniting the tension even further.
Notice how the question was phrased. Lord Jesus, your fans. Once again, pushing the narrative that there's something wrong with Indiana Fever fans. I don't like that has become the accepted belief about the Fever fans. But Kelsey Mitchell is a professional, and before long, well, she's going to kind of put them in their place in a way they didn't like, I'm sure.
Here's the truth. Fever fans have been attending games in record numbers, and Caitlin Clark has infused the team with unparalleled energy and brought significant national attention. Instead of celebrating this growth, Cha chose to frame it as a bothersome issue. Her remarks implied that Indiana and its passionate supporters are excessively loud, bold, and not preferred by the league. Let's be honest, this wasn't a mere neutral observation. It smacked of an insidious attempt to perpetuate the tired narrative that Caitlin's influence is a burden rather than a blessing to women's basketball. That's exactly where Kelsey Mitchell decided she had reached her breaking point and would no longer remain silent.
Oh man, I think I've seen both sides of it. For one, like being on a team with like Caitlin and knowing that some of the stuff and the wave that she created for like, as you know, where the game is and what she's been a part of, like as far as this process.
When Kelsey had the opportunity to respond, she was assertive yet composed. You could sense the intensity in her tone without her raising her voice or insulting anyone. She simply spoke the truth, and it resonated powerfully. Her words landed with impact, making it clear she understood the importance of defending her team and spotlighting the positive energy they bring to the league.
And so I think for me lately is the shift in moments in Indiana, period, as far as like the arena where we started. And B was my vet, kind of, right? Kinda.
We up there, sis. We up there.
She was a Fever girl first, and so she also saw, and you know, she's a vet too. They've seen what Indiana was, and I think now where it's at now, the big moment is seeing the shift and being a part of it from a standpoint of I know where Indiana was, and so to see the cultivation of it, you just grow to appreciate the process and, you know, the growth in which the game is going.
Chiney posed a question designed to sidestep giving direct credit to Caitlin. She inquired of Kelsey if there had been a specific moment this year highlighting the growth of women's basketball. Clearly seeking a cautious response, Kelsey instead delivered a straightforward answer. I believe Caitlin Clark has played a significant role in the rise of women's basketball. In that instant, Kelsey set the record straight, acknowledging the impact of Caitlin's performance on the sport's increasing popularity.
There's the face. There's the face again. Okay? Now, let me get closer so you can see my face better. There's the face again. She's asking about the explosion of women's basketball, and Kelsey Mitchell doesn't waste any time to mention Caitlin Clark and what she has created. It's not what Janae wants to hear. It's not what the media, ESPN media, the WNBA, the old guard, it's not what they want to hear, because they're continuing to tell us that it's not Caitlin Clark who has created anything in the league.
The instant Kelsey uttered Caitlin's name, you could practically see Chiney flinch. Her polished media smile faltered slightly. The truth is that people like Chiney, along with well-known media figures such as Elle Duncan, Monica McNutt, and Cheryl Swoops, have been skillfully avoiding giving Clark the credit she deserves. In fact, one of them even openly confessed to feeling jealous. This reflects a broader reluctance among some legacy media voices to acknowledge Caitlin's significant impact on women's basketball, despite the undeniable rise of the sport.
Yeah, jealous, sure. I mean, would you be jealous of somebody that got $28 million a shoe deal or whatever the deal is before you step foot in the pros, right?
They hesitate to acknowledge Caitlin's impact because it would mean admitting that a rookie has become the biggest name in the WNBA, which clashes with their preferred narrative. Instead, they circulate veiled messages, suggesting that Clark's fan base is excessive, her popularity is exaggerated, or that she hasn't yet proven herself. However, Kelsey was unyielding. She entered that studio with a clear message for everyone. The significance of Caitlin Clark in women's basketball cannot be dismissed, and her influence is reshaping the sport in a powerful way.
Only women that get this. I'm tired of it. Like, here's my thing, you guys. What else? Who are these girls? Who are these girls that are hating on Caitlin Clark? Are you just combing through Twitter? Stop acting like because you see some randos on Twitter knocking Caitlin Clark, all girls are against her.
Let's be honest. Kelsey Mitchell is no pushover. She's been grinding in the league long before Clark made her mark. Kelsey has encountered every type of defense and media criticism, yet has remained one of the most consistent offensive threats in the game. She didn't have to comment on Caitlin Clark, but she chose to, and that speaks volumes about her leadership, the way she articulated her thoughts, firm, unapologetic, and backed by facts, sent shockwaves throughout the discussion. You could see the impact on Cha's expression. What began as lighthearted banter evolved into a masterclass in media strategy. Kelsey expertly countered every attempt to downplay Caitlin's influence, ensuring that her undeniable impact was front and center.
If I can give or drop any form of advice based off experience, is that all money is not good money. And I mean that literally. I've seen myself in situations where I had to figure out if I wanted to come back to Indy. I had to figure out what was best for me. I lost my parent. So it was like figuring out what I needed, and I figured out that you have to go where you're literally loved. And I mean that literally, and I mean that intentionally. Go where you're loved and not tolerated, because all money is not good money.
Caitlin Clark has consistently uplifted Kelsey Mitchell, both on and off the court. Amid the media's focus on her, Caitlin has utilized her platform to advocate for Kelsey, frequently asserting that she deserves recognition as Player of the Month over her. She emphasized Kelsey's crucial role in Indiana's recent turnaround and acknowledged the significant impact Kelsey has had on her development during her rookie year. This support not only highlights their strong partnership, but also showcases Caitlin's humility and appreciation for Kelsey's contributions to their team's success.
felt like Kels probably should have got a little love. I honestly thought she probably should have been player of the month. Just what she was doing, and at the clip she was doing it, I think she was like 50, 40, 90 this month, which is really, really hard to do. So I feel very fortunate to play with her, and honestly, I'm not even trying to be corny. Like, I really think she deserved it. So I think sharing that with her, and I feel lucky to have, a kind of a backcourt mate that has been, through this for 7 years and has really helped me and kind of let me.
Consider this. The sport's biggest star shifts the spotlight onto her teammate. That exemplifies true chemistry and mutual respect. This is precisely why Kelsey Mitchell felt the need to respond when someone attempted to undermine their achievements in Indiana. Their bond goes beyond simple camaraderie. It's about reshaping the narrative surrounding their team. It's about resisting the ongoing efforts to diminish the Fever's accomplishments, discredit Caitlin Clark's ascent, and silence the enthusiastic fans who are fiercely supporting them now more than ever. Together, they are not only elevating each other, but also challenging perceptions and asserting their rightful place in the sport.
I'm a Fever girl again. I'm a Fever girl. I'm excited. Kind of missed this court. Yeah, I'm a Fever girl again. A lot of went into this decision based on what I needed for myself and for, obviously, for my family, my friends. And India's a second home, so I thought I'd give this thing a go.
To all the legacy media personalities who continue to criticize, take heed. The Fever are constructing not just a championship team on the court, but a close-knit family off it as well. Kelsey Mitchell is determined to ensure that their reputation remains untarnished, and she won't stand for anyone tarnishing their name any longer. Expect a strong defense of their achievements and unity as they navigate the challenges ahead.
This program's going, what we're trying to accomplish, and based on, the way in which I like to see myself playing. I could do that with people like Caitlin, people like AB, people like Liz. The list goes on with Lexi Hall, Grace Berger. So I'm excited about the group we have. And I get to play alongside some really great people. So here's to being a Fever girl.
When Kelsey Mitchell steps onto the court, she brings more than just skill. She embodies history, loyalty, and a commitment that fosters legacies. So, when veteran WNBA and NBA executive Kelly Krauskopf took the time to acknowledge Kelsey's significant influence, it wasn't merely a compliment. It served as a crucial reminder of the player who has steadfastly held the Indiana Fever franchise together through every challenge. In a league often fixated on the next big sensation, Mitchell has been the consistent force for 7 seasons, demonstrating reliability without the need for flash or theatrics. Her commitment to excellence and belief in her team remain unwavering, solidifying her crucial role in their journey.
Let's figure out where this program's going, what we're trying to accomplish, and based on, the way in which I like to see myself playing. I could do that with people like Caitlin, people like AB, people like Liz. The list goes on with Lexi Hall, Grace Berger. So I'm excited about the group we have. And I get to play alongside some really great people. So here's the.
Even during the toughest times, when the Fever were struggling to secure wins, Kelsey remained a steadfast presence. While attention shifted to newer stars and emerging talents, she continuously showed up, dedicating her heart to every game, practice, and fan interaction. Such loyalty is rare to find. Now that the Fever are enjoying a much-needed resurgence, it's essential for people to connect the dots. This revival didn't occur in isolation. It was meticulously built, brick, by players like Mitchell, who endured the challenges and remained committed when it would have been easy to step away. Her perseverance has been instrumental in this team's journey back to prominence.
Excited about our future, but I would never change my past. I know what I had to do to get to this point, and I wouldn't change it for the world.
Tosses ahead, Wheeler extra feed. Oh, that was pretty. Plus the foul.
I'm very grateful to be one of the ones that, put the bricks down.
Mitchell finished top 10 in the league in scoring in 2020, 2021, again in 2022, for a 4th straight time in 2023, and you guessed it, top 10 in scoring in the 2024 season.
Kelsey didn't remain with the Fever for the spotlight. She stayed because this team holds deep significance for her. Indiana isn't just a place to play, it's her second home. Having experienced losing seasons and locker room rebuilds, this new chapter is not just thrilling for her, it's deeply personal. Now supported by a younger core, including Caitlin Clark, Lexi Hall, and Aaliyah Boston, it's Kelsey's leadership that provides the stability this team needs, guiding them as they continue to grow and develop together.
And those big performances have become a staple of hers. Mitchell owns the top 3 highest scoring performances in Fever history. Mitchell ranks second all-time in franchise history in career points, field goals made, three-pointers made, and free throws. She's played in the 3rd most games in franchise history and is 4th all-time in career assists.
China Ogwumike entered the discussion with an air of smug confidence, typical of legacy media figures who believe they hold the final word on everything. Her remarks regarding the Indiana Fever and their dedicated fan base came off as condescending and unwarranted. She made jokes, tossed off side comments, and cast shade at the passionate Fever supporters, treating them as a bothersome distraction rather than acknowledging their vital role in the league's burgeoning popularity. What could have been a constructive exchange instead felt like a dismissive jab, veiled in an illusion of professionalism. The interaction lacked substance, undermining the very essence of meaningful dialogue.
Yes, I think you guys are a big part of my decision, a part of Indiana being home for me. The fans have also grown to be, family for me. So knowing what the atmosphere feels like, some of the love that was poured into me down the stretch of last year, I feel great about it. So I'm grateful.
The moment Kelsey mentioned Caitlin Clark, it sent a shockwave through the conversation. That brief utterance burst the bubble of carefully crafted media narratives. For months, ESPN and its WNBA insiders have been laboriously attempting to downplay Clark's impact, portraying her arrival as just a minor element in a larger narrative. They've credited various factors like lucrative television deals, merchandise, and storied franchises, all to avoid giving one player too much attention. The reason? Caitlin Clark has the potential to not only transform the WNBA, but also challenge who defines the dominant narrative surrounding it. Her influence looms large, reshaping the entire storyline.
Asked about the explosion, somehow she didn't expect Kelsey to acknowledge the CC effect, the Caitlin Clark effect, especially after she started off by trying to be disrespectful, by being disrespectful to the Fever team and the fans. But Kelsey Mitchell kept it real, and I could sense that it was awkward. It was an awkward moment for her because it was sort of like, Caitlin,
Kelsey Mitchell didn't merely state the truth. She highlighted the disconnect between the league's actual dynamics and the prevailing media narrative. When China tossed her a simple question, Kelsey knocked it out of the park. Her acknowledgement of Caitlin Clark's influence wasn't just about giving credit. It was a statement that this Fever team, its passionate fan base, and this pivotal moment in women's sports warrant serious attention. Let's be clear, Mitchell wasn't only defending her teammate. She was advocating for the culture the Fever are actively cultivating, a culture based on unity, resilience, and a straightforward mentality that leads to victories and silences skeptics. The genuine mutual respect within the team is palpable, giving Indiana a competitive advantage. Unlike those stuck in their narratives, they fail to see the reality unfolding in Indiana. The Fever aren't simply catching a fleeting wave of attention. They're constructing a lasting, powerful foundation. This is a testament to the work that Kelsey Mitchell has been instrumental in establishing, creating a legacy that goes far beyond mere talent and into the realm of deep belief in one another.
So interesting to me because this is a great time, a great opportunity for the WNBA. But you get people like Shanae who continues to say we, even though she does not play in the WNBA. But she is a representation of the media, how the media are, and how the media don't want to acknowledge what the Indiana Fever fans bring to this.
When former players like her throw shade under the guise of commentary, they're not merely sharing opinions. They're upholding outdated perspectives. They often reflect on their own legacies while dismissing the vibrant legacy that is currently being crafted. This is why Kelsey's words resonate so strongly. She wasn't performing for the cameras, but speaking passionately for a fan base that has consistently shown up, cheering loudly and contributing to the revival of a league they've been accused of damaging. Let's focus on those fans for a moment. They aren't just background characters, they are the heart of the story. They're filling arenas, flooding online merchandise stores, and demonstrating that women's basketball has a passionate market and a robust movement behind it. Yet figures like Chiney persist in treating these fans as if they pose a problem. This disconnect isn't just frustrating, it's downright embarrassing. Ignoring the enthusiastic support for women's basketball undermines the progress being made and reveals a lack of understanding of the sport's evolving narrative.
Fever fans go to games, buy merch, and don't really appreciate people like Chiney Ogwumike who make comments as if something's wrong with the team and something's wrong with the fans. Hopefully, at some point, the media and the WNBA will get it together and understand that they better embrace exactly what Kelsey Mitchell just said. I find it fun.
Mitchell made it clear. This isn't about clicks, headlines, or sensational hot takes. It's about recognizing the truth. Who is showing up, who is putting in the work, and who truly deserves celebration. Indiana Fever fans aren't toxic, they are passionate supporters. And Caitlin Clark isn't a mere sideshow. She's a phenomenon that the league desperately needs, not less of. So the next time a legacy media figure rolls their eyes at the Fever or disparages the fans, remember this. Kelsey Mitchell is watching, and she's unafraid to stand up for what's right. This team isn't built around narratives, it's grounded in facts. The undeniable fact is that Indiana is on the rise. With Mitchell and Clark at the forefront of this movement, the skeptics better get used to it. This isn't just a fleeting moment, it's a powerful movement. If you're part of that movement, don't hesitate to show your support and comment. Let your voice be heard. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe. More videos are on screen now.